The fog is lifting. Clarity is calling you forward. Welcome to Forward in Freedom. I'm Tanya Johnson. This is where awareness becomes power. Let's move forward in freedom.
Have you ever looked back at a situation and thought, how did I not see this sooner? Maybe it was a conversation that just didn't sit right, a pattern that kept repeating, a dynamic that slowly drained your energy. And now, with distance, the truth feels obvious, but in the moment, it wasn't. That's what we're talking about today: emotional blind spots, and how even strong, capable, intelligent people can miss what's happening right in front of them. Not because they're unaware, but because their mind is trying to protect them. Welcome to Forward in Freedom, the podcast for people navigating complex dynamics who are ready to think clearly, trust themselves again, and move forward with confidence. I'm Tanya Johnson, coach, educator, and author. And here we help you recognize unhealthy patterns, reclaim your voice, and respond with clarity and intention. This is a space for insight, for growth, for forward movement. And today's conversation is a pivotal one. Let's start here with emotional recognition. Most people think a blind spot means you're ignoring something, but an emotional blind spot is different. It's not something that you're avoiding, it's something that your nervous system is managing. It's what happens when your instincts notice danger before logic has language for it. It's a space between when you feel something, but you're not ready to acknowledge it. And when pressure becomes familiar, your mind starts calling it normal. You adapt, you adjust, you accommodate. Hmm. Until one day you realize you've been surviving, not living. You've been surviving, not living. That's when the fog begins to lift. And around here, we call this journey from fog to freedom. Yes. Because many capable people find themselves in situations where pressure, confusion, and emotional complexity slowly cloud their thinking. And when your thinking gets clouded, decisions feel heavier, boundaries feel harder, confidence feel distant. And your sense of self starts shrinking quietly. Forward and freedom exists to help you reclaim clarity, composure, and confidence, even inside difficult dynamics. Here's the blind spot most people don't even realize that they have. Your brain is wired for survival first, clarity second. When you're inside high conflict dynamics, emotional manipulation, chronic stress, or unstable environments, your nervous system goes into protection mode. It scans for threats. It tracks patterns. It tries to keep you safe. But safety mode always narrows your perspective. You start minimizing the red flags. You start explaining away discomfort. You start questioning your instincts, not because something is wrong with you, but because something around you just isn't right. That's not failure, that's adaptation. That's your system doing its job. But when survival becomes a lifestyle, clarity becomes a casualty. And that's how emotional blind spots form. An emotional blind spot doesn't mean you lack intelligence. It means your brain is prioritizing stability over truth. It means your body is reading the room faster than your mind can process. It means part of you knows even when you're not ready to say it aloud. That's why people stay too long. That's why patterns repeat. That's why discomfort becomes familiar. And that's why clarity feels like freedom. Every episode, I leave you with a freedom nugget. It is a story, possibly, a thought, or a practical tool that you can start using today. Because when you are in those difficult dynamics, I want you to know that clarity is possible. And today's freedom nugget is a powerful awareness shift. Here's your freedom nugget for today. Start noticing when you feel emotionally reactive. Not the obvious moments, but the subtle ones. Think about it. The conversations that leave you second guessing yourself. The environments where you feel small. The patterns that drain your energy. Your emotional your emotional reactions are your data points. They're signals. So instead of judging them, get curious. Ask, what keeps triggering this feeling? What keeps repeating here? What am I adjusting to that doesn't feel aligned? Clarity begins when you stop explaining things away and you start paying attention. That's how blind spots turn into breakthroughs. So consider this moment of reflection. Here are a few questions for you to think about. Where might you be normalizing something that's quietly costing you peace? What patterns are asking for your attention? What truth is trying to surface? At times, I've had to stop and let my mind and body realign. When confusion, high dynamic conflicts, and unhealthy patterns were present, I chose to step back, not to escape, but to see clearly what was happening around me. Because forward in freedom isn't about reacting, it's about responding with intention. It's about choosing clarity over chaos, awareness over avoidance, and growth over survival. And this, if you feel that this episode resonates with you and you're ready to go deeper, I've created additional resources to support your journey forward. My book, A Woman's Exodus Only by Grace, explores what it looks like to reclaim your voice, your clarity, and your power after living in difficult dynamics. And through Clear Direction Coaching, I work with individuals and leaders who are ready to break cycles, strengthen their boundaries, and move forward with confidence. Everything that I do is built around one mission, helping people move from fog to freedom. Next time on Forward in Freedom, we're talking about subtle manipulation, hidden power dynamics, and how influence operates beneath the surface. So you can stop being impacted by what you can't see, and you can start responding from strength and awareness. If this episode is helping you think more clearly and move more confidently, subscribing is how you help this message reach others who are still in the fog. Forward in Freedom isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. And when you subscribe, you become part of a community, choosing clarity over confusion. If you know someone who needs this conversation, share it. It might be the insight that changes everything for them. This is Tanya J, and this is Forward in Freedom, where we go from fog to freedom. Until next time, walk forward with clarity. Bye for now.